Today, I am going to be sharing with you what no one has told you ever about living in the UK. And I am hoping that after listening to this, you will adjust some of your perspectives about not just about relocating, it's also about living in the UK. And I think that sometimes we do not hear that balanced view. And I've been here now going to 2 years. I have seen things, I have heard things, I know some things, I have experienced some things, and I'm going to give you my top 5 today. If you are here for the first time, welcome to my channel and please join the community. We do good here. And if you are a returning subscriber, you know I love you from the bottom of my heart. Okay, let's get right into it. I think the first one I would say is landing here in the UK doesn't make you rich. I don't know about Canada. I don't know about Germany. I know about UK because this is where I live. You know, just landing here, getting here, it doesn't equal to being rich. And I like to say, yet. You can be rich, but you're not rich yet. And I like to say this because I've seen a number of people get in here and they get super comfortable, which is good. And when I say comfortable, I think it's relative as well. It's you getting access to some things. For example, if you have a job and the job is, pretty good, you have access to car loan, you have access to mortgage, you have access to any type of loan that you want. You can get it. And the system sort of encourages that. It's a credit system. It encourages you. You want to borrow, you can borrow, and then you pay on a monthly basis. And so when you see people with, they have cars, they have their house, they have, everything, you just assume that they are rich. And you just sort of say, oh, I want to be rich, oh, living large and all that. Trust me, most of the time, these things are on credit. And they are paying for it on a monthly basis. So don't be deceived by what you see. And I always say that when you come here, one of the things I put here is that you have to be careful when you're making financial decisions because you have to give it some serious thought. Making financial decisions without serious thoughts or without doing your own research is a huge mistake. Don't go for mortgage if you don't understand the nitty-gritty of it. Don't get a loan if you cannot read the fine print and understand the fine print. You have to be careful before you get into anything that ties you, especially for a very long time. And now I would move to those from home, also looking to those in the UK. Trust me, if you look at somebody's life in the UK and you just assume, you take that assumption that things are easy, she just left 6 months ago, she's already riding her own car, or she left a year ago, she says she has a house, and you hear all those stories. Don't be deceived. Some people will tell you how they got it, and some people will continue to make you feel like it is that easy. It is not. You have to at least have a job to be able to afford all those things on credit. And I don't speak here about credit because I know that some people will watch this and they will say, it's not a big deal so long as I can afford it on a monthly basis. If it aligns with your financial objectives, your financial goals, what you've set aside for yourself in the UK, by all means do it. But I'm just saying that if you are somebody that is watching from afar, be careful what you wish for and have a clear financial goal to be able to progress successfully in the UK. So you're here, she's there, you're not rich yet. You have to build that financial muscle over time to be able to say that you're rich. And one of the things I have done with respect to this is that I have created a community called the GK Wealth Community. This community is for immigrants in the UK who are dedicated to growing their finances. Underline the word dedicated, who are dedicated to growing their finances and building wealth. We do not do get rich quick schemes. No, it is about behavioral change. It is about having the right information. It is about taking the right action, having accountability partner, and growing together, because you can really be rich here, but don't be deceived by what you see or what other people do or what they show you. You have to be intentional about it to be able to grow your wealth. So if you want to join that community, I'll put the link in the description box. We are opening up on the 15th of October, and exciting things to come. The second thing I have learned in the UK is that everybody is busy. Oh no. I think when I first got here, and I would call my aunt and I would say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I should have called you." Maybe I call her on a Monday and then I call her on a Thursday or Friday, and I'll go apologizing to say, "Oh, I should have called you." And then she'll go, "No, don't apologize. Everybody is busy. I also should have called you." And I've come to realize that they don't fake this busy. Nobody fakes this busy. Trust me, if you are watching from afar, they are not faking the busy. Life here is indeed a grind. And you cannot say, "Oh, she didn't come and visit me." I remember at the time. Anyways, how do I even start this story? When you are not here and people back home here, "Oh, Debola is in the UK. Oh, our cousin also is in the UK." Honestly, I cannot even remember the last time I saw my cousin. And yes, we both live in the UK. My younger brother, I had to make conscious, deliberate effort to visit him, to see him. So it may be that you can't even live in the same city and still not see each other like that. Everybody, and I think it's everywhere. It's the same thing even in Nigeria. It's everywhere. But we just take that assumption that, because we just assume that, they are both in the UK, they see each other. It doesn't happen like that. And everybody is busy, genuinely busy. This is a place where you can easily be homeless. I used to say it a lot because we pay per month. You have to have a job to even get the house in the first place. So basically, you have to keep grinding so that you can meet up with your bills. And that's why I continue to say that when you make decisions, you have to make decisions that will one day make you comfortable and not continuously be in that rat race of paying bills. You should have something that is funding these bills without you losing yourself or losing your health or losing your sanity. And then the third one, because it can be lonely here, because everybody is busy, because it can be lonely here, don't stay disconnected from home. I have heard a lot of situations where people are getting depressed. And, some news are indeed not encouraging, very sad. And I always say that we are social human beings. We like to be in a community. We like to be together. We like to be, and that's why I say, don't stay disconnected from home. It is very important that you still have that connection to home. I remember when I was in Nigeria and one of my aunts visited. And then my mom called me and said, "Oh, this person is around. You should go and visit," and all that. I'm like, well, I cannot drop everything I am doing to go visit someone. It doesn't work for me that way. And I think also it's because the connection wasn't there before that time. I think my point is stay connected to those at home so that when you decide to go home, you continue where you left off over the phone, not trying to continue from when you left the country. It's difficult. So build that relationship, because I've seen it many times when people come from diaspora back home and they just sort of assume that we would leave everything we are doing and then start, keeping them company and all. It doesn't work that way. So as you're building a new life here, it is important that we nourish the relationship back home. Because if we decide to visit, these people will then be happy. They will be motivated to make us feel at home because we are nurturing that relationship even when we were apart. So that's another thing that I felt I should mention because again, some people go home, they are lonely here, they go home, they get lonely at home, which is not a good space to be in. And then the last one that I have here is that not every account can send money to you. So I was speaking with my uncle who is an expert in, training on cyber security. And, it was just a casual gist. And then he mentioned that if somebody sends money to your account and this account has been flagged for whatever reason before, your account also becomes flagged. In Nigeria, it's easy to just give someone your account number and say, you should send me this money. And, like that, it's easy. But here, even with your account, you are very mindful about who's transferring money. And that's why I don't do those things where, because we have a platform where people can say, oh, I have pounds. Do you want Naira? And then you say, oh, yeah. Then you transfer Naira to the person. Then the person from his account transfers pounds to you. I don't do it. And I think I'm more careful about the people that are sending money into my account. It may not even be them. Their account may have been flagged because somebody that is questionable has sent money to their own account. So you see how this kind of connects together. So it's not like, oh, you cannot even have a large sum of money. They already know what your account looks like and what you get on a monthly basis. So for example, there is that £20,000 entering your account or 30,000 lump sum entry. They would call you and then you would have to explain it. So I think that's one thing I've learned here. Then I went for a program at a time, and in the course of gisting, a woman said her son's account was flagged and they got a letter and everything. And the son was, just an innocent, I think 15-year-old who has an older friend. And the older friend said, oh, I need to get money from someone. Can you please give me your account number? Let them send it to your account number. Then you help me withdraw. And the guy thought that was just innocent. So he gave the older brother his account and they sent the money. And I think he was trying to withdraw. He couldn't withdraw. The older brother and his friend thought that, he was trying to mess around and not give them the money. It became a big issue, police involved, and they later realized the account was actually blocked because the person that sent the money to his account is questionable and they were on the tail of that person already. So basically, just be careful because again, this is not something I have heard before. I just thought, you can send money to me. And I've been doing it. Sometimes I go to African markets to buy things for the house. And I would want to buy plantain. And I would say, you know what? How much is it? £40. Okay, I want only half of the carton. And I would just find somebody who would want half of the carton as well. And the person then sends this money. Or the person then say, okay, we can split the money. So sometimes I pay, the person transfers £20 to me. Or sometimes the person pays, then I transfer. Now I am very careful. I prefer to be the one to transfer because I don't want anybody sending money to my account. I don't want my account flagged in any way. So, or I go with my £20 cash. So once the person pays, I then pay the person cash. Whichever way, I just don't want anyone transferring money into my account because I don't know if that person's account has been flagged for money laundering acts before. So this is not something I've heard of, but it's something that, just from talking around and speaking with a couple of people, I have been able to learn this. And I have been telling the people that I know as well to be very careful. And if you're expecting a large amount of your money in your account, you have to notify the bank first. I thought that was cool. Like, hello, I'm expecting a substantial amount of money in my account, and this is where it's coming from. When my uncle was telling me, I was like, wow, I really like this because again, it just sort of protects you from unnecessary, hassle over your own money, which is in your account, because it could be your money, but they would block it for a while until they are convinced they've seen documents and all that before they would let you access it. Anyways, those are the things I wanted to share with you today. I don't know if you've, heard any of this before, but I hope this video has been helpful. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe. Thank you. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share with your friends. And like I said, I will put the links in the description box. And I look forward to connecting with you next time. Bye.